Hey all, Sai here! It's June already. Wow. And we're not having June weather, but I'm sure it'll come. I'm sure it will. I have a lot of great projects to share, so let's just get started. These first couple of projects are from Phill Gavin, and he said he's been taking lots of classes lately, and one of those classes included a wood turning class. He turned this bowl from softwood pine, and he also turned these two honey dippers, one from maple and one from walnut. And the other item is what he is calling a garden dibber, and that is made with ash. And he coated all of it with a food-safe oil. Then he also made this cheese with mice Intarsia, and it's a Kathy Wise pattern. He said the cheese is cut from ash and he dyed it yellow. And the mice are walnut, ebony, oak, and ash. He coated the non-stained wood with shellac and beeswax. So thanks for sharing those, Phill. The next project is from Lori Scott, and it is something that she made for her vet after he did some treatment on one of her puppies. She cut out the walnut and she attached it to maple. And she was saying that she has to be really fast putting her glue down because she lives in Arizona and she can put a real thin line of glue and it'll set up before she can, put the pieces together. Something I don't have to worry about here in Oregon. I bet your vet really appreciates that gift. Thanks for sharing it with us. The next project is from Indio Decimo, and it is a bandsaw box. And he said that he made it from pine and he used a Dremel to engrave the word love and the little flower on it. And it has one drawer that's divided into two sections. He said he coated the entire thing with teak oil. It looks to me like there's two different kinds of wood here, but apparently it's just the different colors of the pine. And I think it looks very cool, so thanks for sharing that, Indio. This next project is from Humphrey Dunn. It's an Intarsia called Man in the Moon, and the pattern is by Judy Gale Roberts. Humphrey suggests for anyone starting out in Intarsia that this would be a perfect first-time project. He says that because it's 19 pieces and they're fairly large, and people could really practice shaping on this piece. The woods he used are ambrosia curly maple. I love that, and it's so pretty. Bloodwood, mahogany, wenge, and aspen. And the star is made out of yellow heart. Something else I really like about this project are the little tiny dimples that he put on the moon. It looks so cool. So thanks for sharing that with us, Humphrey. These next couple of projects are from Tuttle. And this first one here is a routed sign that he made, and that says, "Give it to God and go to sleep." He said he made it out of some fence boarding that he had left over from a previous project, and he used a stencil from Steve Good, and I asked him about that, and I guess it's something that Steve Good used to have. Anyway, if any of you have used that stencil, then let me know in the comments. And then Kurt also said that he used the fonts from 101 free fonts online, which I've gotten a lot of fonts from them too. This next sign he also routed. It says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And then he torched it and put some poly on it. It looks pretty cool. And then this last project is called Petrified Wood. He says he used a rotary tool with a kit saw bit and a couple of twigs and white paint. And his wife had seen one and sent him a photo, so he just made one for them. That's pretty cool, Kurt. Thanks for sharing all of those. This next project is by Ron Ostromecki, and it is a scroll-sawed picture of a dog. And he said it's a Charles Deering design. And he said he used spirals in this, just like Charles Deering does. He said it was quite a chore to do, and so I just want to remind you all, don't fret, Intarsia instead. But it's beautiful, Ron, and thank you so much for sharing it with us. Holly. This next project is from Howard Maroz. I hope I said that last name right, Howard. Anyway, this is a large Intarsia tiger, and the pattern is from Kathy Wise. He said he loves making large Intarsias and that Intarsia is his tranquilizer, and I so get that. He said that to keep track of all the pieces, he numbered them because there's 600 pieces on this. And he said he used dye to color most of the pieces. I think it looks awesome, Howard. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. This next project is from Linda Wallace, and it's a cabin Intarsia. And this is a design that she made because it is her dream home. She said she made the cabin with dowels that her husband had cut in half so that they would be flat on one side. She used walnut for the roof and cedar for the trees, and she stained the green parts of the trees. She used epoxy for the stream, and she put some real rocks in it. She said the windows are tinted plexiglass that are cut to fit in there. She said she really enjoyed doing this project, and it's hanging in her living room, and the size of it is 36 by 25. Wow, that's so cool. I really like the tree on the frame, and I also like the 3 little animals that are checking things out. So thanks for sharing that with us, Linda. This next project is from Martinelli Marcello, and it is Madonna with Child Intarsia. The woods he used are carob, olive, walnut, Tanganyika walnut, box, linden, tulip ear, ebony, mahogany, and alder. I love the wood that has the reddish pink tint to it that's on like the head covering and on the roses. I looked up some of the woods that he used, and it looks to me like it might be from carob. Has anyone ever used carob wood before? And have you found it to have a pinkish, reddish tinge? If you have, let me know in the comments. And thank you, Martinelli, for sharing that with us. It is truly beautiful. And these last projects are from Ard Seeley. And this first one he made is a marquetry project. He said he created it from a coloring book drawing of a gardenia flower. And he said he put in sand shading to provide depth. And wow, it's so pretty, Ard. This next project of his is a locking heart box. And he said the woods he used are walnut and olive. And the locking mechanism is made out of walnut and ash. That's pretty cool. I'm wondering how that works exactly, that locking, but I wouldn't mind trying that. This next project of his is a butterfly box, and the woods he used here are poplar, walnut, purple heart, ash, red cedar, and western red cedar. I really like butterflies, and so this box is so cool. I just love it hard. And then this last project he did is a napkin holder with an Intarsia rooster on it. And he said the woods that he used are bloodwood, yellow heart, walnut, wenge, and the base of it is in ash. Great projects, Ard. Thank you so much for sharing them with us. Well, that concludes this episode of OPP. If you have a project that you'd like me to share on the next OPP, then send me an email, and please put OPP in the subject line. Thanks to everybody who sent in a project to let me share it for this episode, and thank you to everybody out there who watched this episode, and I hope that you got inspired, because I know I sure did. Boy, I'd like to try marquetry, and I want to make some bandsaw boxes. I don't want to do any fretwork though, sorry Ron. I'll Intarsia instead. Yeah. So, with all that, I hope everybody enjoys their June, and we'll see you next time. Bye.